Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Al. Today we're going to make Springtime Lamb Casserole, one of my all-time favourites. And of course, you can eat this casserole at any time of year, but lamb is usually in good form in spring. So to get started, preheat your pan on the stove top. Then go ahead and add your lamb chops. You don't need to add any oil to the pan because the fat from the lamb will render. Also, you're just going for brown, you're not going for cooked through. While the lamb chops are browning off in the pan, go ahead and start prepping your vegetables. First, chop your onions and your garlic. They don't need to be super fine because they're going to be spending a lot of time in the oven, so just give them a rough chop. Now onto your carrots. Peel and top your carrots and then chop them roughly. I really love rosemary and it is better if you take it off the stalk and give it a chop. So after all the lamb chops have been browned off, remove them from the pan and set them aside. Then go ahead and add some butter to the hot pan. Then add the oil and the onions. Now we're going to make a cartouche to sweat the onions. Do this by taking a piece of baking paper and scrunching it up into a ball and then unfolding it and laying it lightly over the onions. The cartouche catches the steam and helps the onions to sweat very gently and stops the onion from browning too quickly. Once the onions are cooked, then go ahead and add the white wine. Boil it for a minute or two to cook off the alcohol and then add the flour. Cook this mix for at least a couple of minutes to make sure you cook the flour out. Then go ahead and add the chicken stock. Then add the tomatoes, the bay leaf and the rosemary. Now it's time to add those browned off lamb chops back into the soupy mix. Put the lid on your casserole dish and place it in the preheated oven. Now it's time to prep your carrots and your pickling onions. In a pan on the stovetop, add the butter and the brown sugar, some salt. Then throw in the carrots and the pickling onions and stir till the carrots and onions are totally coated in that sugary, buttery goodness. Once they're coated, turn off the heat and set them aside. Now get on to chopping your parsley. After 1 hour of cooking time, take the casserole out of the oven and add the carrots and the small onions. Then throw in the halved baby potatoes. Five minutes before the casserole is finished, add the baby peas. Alright, so the lamb's ready to come out of the oven after being in there for quite some time, slow cooking and bubbling away.
It's taste test time. I'm just going to give it a little try. It's super hot, so hopefully I don't scorch my mouth as I'm doing this. The lamb just breaks away. Here it is on my spoon. It's so good. The bay leaf just permeates the entire casserole. It's definitely worth putting your bay leaf in. The potatoes have been cooked in that beautiful stock and they're really tender, really good. I love the skin on the new potatoes and those sweet baby onions. This is definitely one to put on your family table. You can totally freeze it and then just reheat it on the day. Definitely give this one a go and I really hope you enjoy.